Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and to my channel members, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get in today's video. So lovelies, I came by this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this Asian American woman, as usual, is setting records straight to white delusionals and to her own people. Guys, I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of harassment, bullying, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational, informative purposes, guys. Why not leave your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of the video? Okay, lovelies, let's get into it.
When Asian Americans are attacking affirmative action and DEI and standing for socioeconomic entitlement to the exclusion of others, especially Black Americans, who pave the way for the civil rights that we have here in the United States, and including lower income, recent arrival, and especially Southeast Asian Americans, I will fight against that all day, every day, because regardless of race, it's what's right. But fortunately for me, multiple polls from multiple sources over multiple years have consistently shown that a majority of Asian Americans across most Asian demographics support affirmative action. So it's looking like the Asian Americans who are attacking affirmative action and DEI are in fact the traitors. And this becomes especially apparent when you look at the organizations that are bringing these Asian American cases against affirmative action. Like Edward Bloom of Students for Fair Admission, who had been attacking affirmative action in higher education for decades to no avail with white plaintiffs, he brought the cases against Harvard and UNC using Asian American plaintiffs. And the Pacific Legal Foundation, which was founded by members of Ronald Reagan's welfare reform team, who brought the lawsuit against Thomas Jefferson High School. And the Manhattan Institute, which filed amicus briefs against affirmative action in the Harvard, UNC, and Thomas Jefferson cases. Now, without infantilizing the Asian Americans who have signed on to be represented by those organizations, they have autonomy, they know what they are doing. But those are not Asian American-led organizations. Those are white-led conservative and libertarian organizations. And if the plaintiffs knew their history, they would be aware that those organizations represent people who only care about Asian Americans insofar as they can use this as a wedge to cause harm to Black Americans. Now contrast that with Asian Americans Advancing Justice, one of several Asian American-led organizations who filed amicus briefs in favor of affirmative action in the Harvard, UNC, and Thomas Jefferson cases. So it's looking like it is the Asian Americans who are attacking affirmative action and DEI, knowing that their actions are causing harm to Black Americans and lower income, recent arrival, and especially Southeast Asian Americans, who are in fact the race traitors. I see that defending the Klan and its protection of whiteness wasn't working out so well for you, so now you've moved on to divide and conquer as though you know our history better than we do. As though your ignorance means that we don't know about the friendship between Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Thich Nhat Hanh. As if we are not familiar with Dr. King's speech beyond Vietnam. As if we don't know about Malcolm X and Yuri Kochiyama. And James and Grace Lee Boggs. And that Frederick Douglass advocated for Chinese Americans in his speech on composite nationality. And that David Fagan was one of the Black soldiers who fought for Filipino liberation. And that Cottrell Lawrence Dellum, and Charlotta Bass, and Bayard Rustin, and many Black Americans spoke out against the forced relocation of Japanese Americans to internment camps during World War II. They went to California to protect their property. They sent letters and gifts and went to the internment camps to visit families and bring their children ice cream. And that Ron Dellums was a champion for the 1988 Civil Liberties Act, which paid reparations to Japanese Americans who had been interned during World War II. And how Japanese Americans joined with Black American activists to have the Emergency Detention Act repealed, which threatened to round up radical Black leaders and put them in concentration camps during the 1960s and 70s. That Jesse Jackson helped bring national attention to the death of Vincent Chin. That Al Sharpton stood with Asian Americans during the increase in hate crimes in 2020 and 2021. And Steph Curry raised funds for victims of the Atlanta spa shooting. That over 70 Asian American organizations are strong supporters of Black reparations. That many of us understand that life is more important than property, and that when Black lives are threatened, everybody's lives are threatened. And while the history of Black and Asian solidarity in the United States is long and often not taught, what's most important is that we are not fighting for each other as allies, we are fighting with each other as accomplices. Because advocacy is not transactional. We do not pick and choose whom we help based on what benefits us. We fight together for what is right because that is what benefits everyone.
Like, seriously, lovely. Most of all these Asian people actually think that the problem they actually have is from the Black community or Black people. That is why when this affirmative action was actually struck down, they realized that the problem they were actually facing was actually not the people that they thought that they were the problematic ones. Affirmative action actually, favored, white women the most, but, Asian people often think that it favored, people of color. That's why when this affirmative action saga happened last year by this, one of a guy, I think that's his name. So he was not able to get admitted in one of these Ivy schools, and he decided to sue. And he was like, okay, he's not getting these schools because of unqualified Black student, because they felt that Asian people are the most qualified one, the intelligent and all of that, and people of color are the less intelligent ones. And because of affirmative action, the less intelligent people are getting admitted into these Ivy schools, and without them realizing that the actual problem that they had was not even the people they were thinking that they are the real people taking their sports. So they feel that people of color are actually taking the sports of being admitted into these Ivy schools. And that is how affirmative action began to reign, and they decided to support the removal of affirmative action. And when this affirmative action was removed, oh my goodness, everybody thought that, okay, since it's not removed, a lot of Asian people will be getting admitted into these Ivy schools because affirmative action have been removed, because the Asian people are so intelligent and smart and all of that. So with their high grades and everything, they'll be able to get to these schools, and no one will be able to take away their slots, because most of all these people taking away their slots are actually less intelligent than them. Then one thing led to the other, the court and all of that. Affirmative action was struck down, and now post-affirmative action, which I haven't even yet to post the video. I'm yet to post the video. So post-affirmative action, they decided that, okay, we were supposed to be getting admitted, but we are not even getting admitted. That the percentage at which they get admitted is even lesser compared to when affirmative action was in place. And now this actually got them talking, got them running around. And I keep asking myself now, what is going to happen? Is it that they're going to also come back and talk about how they want affirmative action to be back in college schools or in Ivy schools? Like, seriously, most of all these people, because of white supremacy, and because they have a little bit of superiority compared to people of color, they think that, okay, we do not belong in your category, we actually belong in these people. And which they don't know that these people, they often think they are in the same level together, is just using them. They're just using them to weaponize, like they are kind of a weapon to use, to use against people of color, without them even realizing that they are also using them. And now this affirmative action and the striking down of affirmative action is now an eye-opener to everyone. Not even just for people of color, but it's an eye-opener to everybody, Asian people, Black people, and all of that. Now everybody is seeing it, to see that it is actually not the Black people's problem. It is actually not the Black people's fault that you are not getting admitted into Ivy schools, even with your high scores. But the removal of affirmative action actually opened everyone's eyes. It actually opened a lot of people's mindset, and now they are realizing that the actual problem is not even the people of color. The actual people are the people using them to actualize their own selfish desires and all of that. And now this Asian woman, she's almost talking about, every time she talks about how she's into this Black community thing and all of that, and how she can even put her own contribution in times of safeguarding, and try to help people of color to like, and now they're coming for her, trying to call her a traitor because she decided to speak up. She decided to tell the truth. She decided to open their eyes, even if they are trying to, cover their eyes, not to see the everything that is so transparent. They are decided to call her traitor, and she has to reply them. They even went ahead to talk about how she's fighting for people that wouldn't fight for her, but these people actually forget that black people actually fight, and that black people are the kind of people that fight for everyone. But when is their own turn for people to support them and fight for them, they are not close. They're not closely. People don't like helping people of color, but they often want people of color to come help them, and people of color often come. And anytime someone sees one or two persons trying to support or trying to, support, be in the side of people of color, they call them out. They call them all sort of name, like seriously. And this is just something that baffles me a lot. It's just that we are not supposed to be helped, but we're supposed to be helping people. That is why when the other woman was talking about, as a video I posted where a white woman was talking about how we all need to come together to defend this government or to challenge this government, without realizing that when these people of color actually wanted help from people, they were all neglected, especially their repression that they've been talking about since years, and nobody's actually talking about it. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for informative, educative, and entertainment purposes, guys. So please do share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. If you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that this channel does support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes, guys. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next one.